to your code. There were a lot of misplays in there. Alzu, take some time, watch over, look over those replays, and hopefully it'll help you. What's going on with my cursor? Do I have? There we go. There it goes again. All right, game's acting up weird. Just in case the cursor's. Replay is already acting. It's I wish I. Oh, I can. Okay. Good telephoto action here. All those planes on the flight deck. You have to hold down control to make it move for some others. Ooh. Look, you can even see the steering wheel. All right, enough of Zath's camera porn. I think it's time to. God, it's so ugly on the phone. Time to get going. This is a co-op battle that Counter Gambit sent in, and when we do carriers and stuff like that, we end up with the top-down view. Let's play a board game. That's right, Lord. Alright, now we've changed to his view, so we get an idea of what Counter Gambit is looking at and how he moves around. That's important for a carrier player, although a lot of these skills really don't matter too much longer. How much longer is anybody's guess, but these skills won't last too much longer, I guess. Scouting with his fighter makes sense. He's one. Okay. I don't remember the loadout for the Ryujo options, but I think this is a stock Ryujo. Excuse me. Just warned that the upgraded one has 2 torpedo bombers. Or 3 fighters. Oh, and the other thing I can do. Oh. Have them all highlighted, and that's a trick you can do. You can see like strafing, and you can see where he's moving his planes and stuff like that. Now he's being a little careless with those torpedo bombers. He should be getting air superiority first, especially in co-op. You go and you take out their fighters first, then you go and bring your bombers in. That Perth. Yeah, you got one on the bow. Okay, follow up now with your dive bombers, which I believe that's what you're doing. You're waiting for the CV rework after the CV rework? Well. Now, it looks to me like you're auto-dropping everything. Which, I mean, you're now at tier 6, which allows you to manual drop, but if you're not comfortable with that, then auto-dropping is fine. But this is co-op, so I would say it's a really good opportunity to get some practice with doing that. Again, you don't need the skill really that much anymore, since carriers are going the way of the dodo. At least the style. Now that looks like you're trying for a strafe. Yep. And you actually managed to take out 3 of the bombers with that strafe. Problem is the bomber or the fighter now has to go back and rearm. I'm not sure if you've got it or not, but there's the second module slot or upgrade slot allows you to either buff a fighter hit points and ammo, or buff reload time of planes. I would personally go for the fighter HP and ammo. You want to make sure that you win the air war. Waiting that extra 10% to get your bombers into the air, in my opinion, is perfectly fine. Yeah, Fool. It's definitely difficult now. There's really, I mean, there's no way to know how to do it and that it's even available. Hood, by the way, is the worst battleship you can target because it's got insane defensive fire with those rockets. You would have been better off going for that Furutaka. And again, you're being careless with your bombers as the fighters get in there and panic them once again. You're much better off pulling them back and pulling them even over friendly ships to use their anti-air to help shoot down those planes before coming into contact with those fighters. Yeah, I mean, you're right, they get yelled at, true. See what I mean? You're being careless with those bombers, they go in, the fighters are panicking each of those bomb runs, which makes them essentially useless, especially Japanese, because the Japanese get mega panicked to the point where there's pretty much no chance of you actually getting a hit. And by the time your fighter gets in, well, now it's too late. Your bombers have to go back and reload. So you're wasting a lot of time, a lot of potential damage that you can be getting here. Now, the AI in co-op likes to do CV sniping. I'm surprised that they haven't tried it in this case. They're going after the Furutaka instead. Anyways, you're going for the Bayern now with your torpedo bombers, which makes sense. That's what I would be doing too. Furutaka is, yeah. Now that looked like a nail drop. Hard to tell. 2 torpedo hits. Unfortunately, you just barely missed that last torpedo on the rear. You got torpedo bombers that are going to drop on you. No, oh, those are yours. It's hard because it's selected, so it's outlined in a weird way. Why are your bombers going that way for the Hood? You should be going after the Bayern. Hood's already on fire, so your bomb run isn't going to do too much. And also, you would have been better off to send them from the rear as opposed to from the bow. Going the bow in that situation takes them a little bit longer to get into proper angles and stuff. Alright, your torp bombers are back up again. Looks like you're going to go for the Hood again. The nice thing about the CV rework is you don't have to worry about people auto-dropping at tier 9 and 10 anymore. Still, there's a lot of skill involved in carriers, even with the rework and stuff. And so I think we're going to see, still going to see a disparity and a gap between people's abilities. You spent a lot of time sitting there behind that island, and as you can see, you are going to be dealing with the Bayern here shortly. You have to get that Bayern on fire as quickly as possible. Yeah, torp him as quickly as possible, and it might be a good idea to start moving your carrier. Again, drop from behind. Okay, you got the fire. I would pull back your second bomber right now. He DCP'd, but this bomb will not set fires because he DCP'd and he is immune to fires during that DCP time. You would have been better off having group number 5 maneuver around behind the Bayern, look on the top right, count to 10 seconds, and then drop. I like to count to 10 because, as you guys know, when you're counting mentally, you almost always count a little bit faster, especially when you're stressed and your blood is flowing. Now you're getting dropped from the carrier as well. Okay, that's a manual drop, or auto drop, I mean. But if you get a flood, it will help a lot. Yes, you did. Alright, so he's dead, regardless of if you die or not. At this point, I would send fighters on top of the hood, so that they can kind of auto-protect and control. Your secondaries are getting involved now, which is kind of fun to watch. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get in on the action. It's gonna take a bit to down here, but we can do it. Yes. Kind of fun, huh? Secondary duel. See, the Bayern is gonna go down here. With your secondaries, you got the kill. If this was a random battle, that would have been a close quarters expert. Kingo, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Yeah, you can check the in-game clock too. Absolutely. And I find myself doing that. Yep, relocating some time ago would be a good idea. Absolutely. Alright, we got one replay left after this, by the way. That's going to be Serena Racker's Graf Zeppelin replay. I've been told you don't want to miss it, so stick around. Be sure to watch that one. Serena's here in the chat. He can probably attest to how epic it was. No spoilers, though, man. Buy a lotto ticket. Again, you're bombing from the front, you could be bombing from the rear. It's shorter bomb from the rear. And that's coming in from the side, it's not gonna... The problem I have with doing the in-game clock is I find myself, like, to look at it and stuff, it's so small in the corner. It's, I don't know, for me, I struggle with looking at it and then remembering the time I'm looking for and all that, so I just try to mentally count 1 to 10, go in. So it's just the Iron Duke and the Ryujo. At this point, you might as well move your carrier forward. And it's either the carrier or the planes. Sound familiar, huh? Haha. Okay. Anyway. Hey, Wildcutter, how's it going? That's right, fool. So hopefully, you know, Counter's heard that and can utilize that technique for a little bit longer. At this point, I probably would have sent the fighters back to rearm and heal. You've got only 2 fighters active and very low on ammunition. It's nice to spot the enemy carrier, but you're going to lose them to anti-air. And, yeah. It's okay, you've got 6 in the reserve, I guess. You're completely ignoring the Iron Duke now in favor of going for the Ryujo. I'd go for the Iron Duke, he's a sitting duck. Not only that, but you're going to possibly lose a plane or 2 in the process. Also, you're still reversing away at this point. Move your carrier into the center of the map or something so you have quicker time to get your planes on target. Bayern is pissed. Nice. 2 torpedoes. A little bit of desync there. And again, go into the bow. See how long it's taking for him to loop around and then drop those bombs? Oh my god, my cat wants my attention so bad he just knocked over the microphone. I don't think he wants you guys to be, I think he wants all the attention. Yep, USN battleships, so you guys understand what Enderlin's saying in chat there. American battleships have DCP the last 20 seconds as opposed to... what are you doing with your... Those bombers are empty. Not sure what you're trying to do there. You're also completely ignoring the fact that you're being dropped. So DCP lasts for 20 seconds for battleships, the immunity, so you can't be set on fire for 20 seconds, which of course can be changed a little bit. Static, I have pictures on my phone and stuff, I don't know. I can find one, I suppose. Just to pull audience interest, what do you guys think of the idea of single premium that could train multiple nationalities? The ship served under 2 flags, trains... Yeah, that would be interesting. Kind of like what they could have done with the Boise, but didn't. Alright guys, here's our last replay of the day. Our winner is EdgeCase. Thank you, EdgeCase. Hanging out, following, all that good stuff. Yeah, Makarov would be another good example.